Honourable Minister, if I may deviate a bit from politics, just quickly, a case currently ongoing, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case in court. There was a protest on Monday, but he was set to open his defense yesterday, and you were listed as one of his witnesses.
Compelling witness.
Alongside a number of other notable Nigerians, so former Attorney General, some governors, former governors as well, and another minister, Dave Umahi, was listed as well. I do not know if you are aware of this and why it is that you have been listed as one of the witnesses in this case.
And if you see Nnamdi Kanu, you ask him, why did he list me? I did not go to say I want to be a witness. You are the one saying that. So if you see him, ask him, why did you list Wike as one of your witnesses?
Have you not seen it?
I'm coming. I don't list. See, you don't become a witness by reading newspaper.
It's a mistake keeping Nnamdi Kanu in prison, I believe. In fact, kidnapped him. There's no other word in the first place.
That's true.
He had a right to pursue his cause anywhere he wanted. He was never accused of physically bombing any place, or killing any place. Language, yes, was incited, no question at all about that. But you don't arrest, you don't kidnap people. Buhari seemed to have an obsession with kidnapping people. You know, that seemed to be his trademark.
Modus operandi.
It's like couldn't fulfill himself unless it put somebody in a crate and brought them back. And I think that, politically speaking, if they have any real charges against him, well, since he's in their hands, they should try him. All these technical postponements, delays, these tactics of just avoiding the basic issue, to me, it's just counterproductive.
Okay, finally, Asari Dokubo is coming out now and giving some advices to Nnamdi Kanu. He said what? Don't accept Wike's plea to remove his name from the witness. He said, no, these guys, go after them. He said, these people are the one that put in this predicament. And the other Southeast governor, he said, they should not drop their name. Now, Wike, most importantly, we saw what he did to the Igbos in Igbo there in Port Harcourt. And even Wike himself openly came out and said, what? I will treat the Igbo, I dealt with them in Port Harcourt and I will deal with them again in Abuja. Asari Dokubo is warning Nnamdi Kanu, is advising him. He said, don't drop his name for anything. That if it's for Bola Ahmed Tinubu to sack him, so be it. Do you agree with Asari Dokubo on this one?
A lot of things might have triggered that concern who Asari Dokubo was before now, and how he began to make a statement when he noticed that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has continued to gain influence both nationally and internationally. And he has once made a statement that, you know, this has gotten to a point that after all, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is his brother. They came from the same blood. They can disagree to agree. You know, I think he's seen some positive sign that, you know, what he thought was Mazi Nnamdi Kanu would have been is not what he is. Now you are seeing that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is resilient, you know, in what and focused in what he's doing. And so a lot of things people are reacting to Asari Dokubo's statement that, you know, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should consolidate, should hold firm, and nothing is going to happen, and he should make sure that, you know, he do not listen to what Wike is trying to do at this point in time, because he's a serving minister. Tinubu is going to sack him. His political career is going to come down. Opposition is going to attack him. Northern group, PDP groups, and everything. You know, everybody is going to make sure that he goes down, and that will be the final of Wike. And that is the reason why Wike is actually, you know, begging Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, why did you include my name? Why did you put my name there? What wrong have I done to you? But in reaction from what we are getting, if we can actually verify that has been reported, credited to, you know, Asari Dokubo, is that, you know, that Wike's name should not be, you know, removed or be deleted, or in whatever way. I say no, this name should be removed. All of them that were involved, do not remove their name. That's what Asari Dokubo is trying to push towards Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's decision to involve political heavyweights as witnesses on his, you know, defense trial. But another angle we want us to understand is that, you know, Asari Dokubo is coming from the angle that Wike actually destroyed, you know, government governance in River State over the feud between him and the Simi Fubara, and the rest of them. There was so much crisis in River State. He masterminded the removing of a democratically elected government, and a Popo man and a John man, half a Popo, half a John man has been claimed by Asari Dokubo, and as a result of that, he fell out with his godfather, Bola Tinubu, and there was crisis in River State. People are fighting each other and all that. And now that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has actually summoned courage, that it is time, that this will actually teach, especially Wike lesson. Next time, you will know that, all men are not born equal. But there's something I want to take away from this statement where Asari Dokubo has just found another graceful space, with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, trying to get Mazi Nnamdi Kanu attention, I don't know whether he is coming from his heart and all that, but for some time now, he has been making statements concerning that, he said it clearly, very clearly, I am Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is my brother, and we come from the same region. We can disagree and agree. That's coming from Asari Dokubo anyway, and signaling that there's possibility of South and Southeast block unification coming in as one block. Do not forget there are a lot of things that are going on the ground that you might not be able to understand. So, weaker factor on this is that we know what happened in Obibo. We know how Wike came out publicly and said he's come from Benin, denied his Igbo identity. And the current man, who is the leader, has told everybody that Wike is Igbo. He's just been funny with the reality on ground, that he chose not thinking that, the North will support his presidential ambition. Unfortunately, Aminu Tambua, gave him that unfortunate slap. During the convention, and that was what triggered, what we are currently seeing happening politically within the PDP, and of course, within the political space between Wike and other colleagues in that regard.
But where that Uzodinma was so shocked when his name was being, tutored or mentioned among people that were coming for witness, he said, he has come out severally on national TV and said that what Nnamdi Kanu and IPOB are not the one constituting nuisance in Southeast and Imo in particular. He said, Nnamdi Kanu, he openly said it, and now he's shocked that why is his name there? Because he has come and said the people majorly constituting nuisance are the opposition in his state. But do you agree with him coming out?
I don't want to believe that what Sultan of Sokoto is saying concerning what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's list that's been discussed both nationally and internationally now. That list, nobody saw it coming. So you can see that the one Ibazo, a former governor of Abia State, and Hope Uzodinma, they are aligning, causing this, trying to see how they can get Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's intention to omit their name, or possibly say their inclusion of their name is a mistake. And that's what Asari Dokubo is saying, that these guys are arch enemies. We know their history, we know what they represent, we know what is happening in Okigwe, we know who that is involved, we know who created IDP camp, for Fulani people in Imo State, we know what Uzodinma actually did. Uzodinma never won election in Imo State, one Abba Kyari, a Fulani man, former chief of staff or whatever, turned him to a governor of Imo State. So that's what it. So a lot of things begin to build up in that direction, and I can tell you that most repentant Boko Haram that we are hearing today, most of them are domiciled, turned Imo State to IDP camp. So he should come and answer questions over what is happening in. Since he said that it's not a POB, then who are those he know that are killing people in Imo State? The issue of Ibazu to joining Wike to see how they are going to manipulate that list at the end of the day, which some Dokubo is telling them it's not going to work. It's because of the invasion, And remember, during that period, Asari Dokubo claimed that he was involved in the rescue of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu during that invasion. Then how can a governor, after meeting with Burutai or whoever that was in charge as at that time, and all of a sudden we saw over 28 people die, in Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's house that led to what we are experiencing, today. So it's a question that we need to ask this very particular governor, Okezie Ikpeazu. What role did you actually, play? So this is a very big indictment, and it's going to collapse whatever political structure they think they're going to have now up in the future. And that's a very big one, and as an indictment to them, and they need to answer that questions by themselves. And that's what Asari Dokubo is trying to beg, to reject the begging. No more, don't beg for anybody. Don't beg. Come and answer your questions, and then if you escape,
are this kind of public disgrace or global, because they know that the whole world is watching.
The whole world will be interested to see how Wike, Ibasu, and of course Osadima are going to appear in the dock, and face Mazi Nnamdi Kanu storm at the end of the day, whether they are going to escape or not. That is just it. But I can tell you, it's not going to be funny. It's a drama. The international community, the whole world, Nigerians are waiting, especially those from the northern Isaacs, because the Brutaya and Malabitu, we don't know how they're going to do that at the end of the day. And are they going to ask Omotosho, go against the court? Then we will know what is going to happen at the end of the day. That is when we will know whether it is going to get to that level or not. But I can tell you, one of the Supreme Court judge in Togo and other African countries has alerted the world agencies, of course, United Nations, to be ready to pronounce, Biafra if those people do not actually turn out to answer and engage in respect the court summon. Very dangerous trend, suicide trend, for these political figures currently now. I think they should be sweating by now.
Okay, but lastly, what people want to know is that according to Sanwo-Olu name was also on this list, and a lot of people say, why is he keeping mute as regards this? And they said, Nnamdi Kanu was linked with the NSAS in 2020, but we know that for a fact that Sanwo-Olu is mute as regards. Do you think that he's already in a panic mode?
Everybody should be in a panic mode because, of course, unfortunate thing is that the Nigerian judiciary is not truly independent. If they are independent, I think they should be on the panic mode. Because when the Lagos State government came up and set up a panel of inquiry, investigation was carried, a long time was taken, and the report was made. And the question is that was Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in that report? Is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's name in that report? I thank God the governor is still alive. Let me go and tell Nigerians, or is he going to change the report at the end of the day and put Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's name? So he's going to come out and tell Nigerians, how the report, was presented to him, which he signed, and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not there. Then how did Mazi Nnamdi Kanu get connected to the issue of NSAS?
But the other of Lagos, do you think, because I saw a post today or a video where he said, according to Dr. Bright or Dr. Frank channel on YouTube, he said, the Oba of Lagos is begging, for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. Do you think that Sanwo-Olu must have met him just for this, because of this?
A lot of things might be going on underground that we might not see, trying to influence Mazi Nnamdi Kanu or trying to influence some certain decision, or possibly, the only way to escape this, trauma is to immediately release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is released, that will douse the already piled up tension of what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has created. They have ignited the real Mazi Nnamdi Kanu by the decision of the Omotosho-led court to mention that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has a case to answer, and that's what we are seeing now. Though everybody have to come to court, they are involved. They have a case to answer, including the governor of Lagos State, Sanwo-Olu.
The truth is finally out. Now that the Finnish government has declared the CDS of Nigeria, Musa, a terrorist now, what is the next phase of the lie? What lies can the government tell Nigerians? Now that Samonepa is no longer in the picture, because it has always been pictured that Samonepa is the cause of insurgency in Southeast, and now that insurgency has stopped in Southeast, and now that the Finnish government has vindicated Samonepa, that those sponsoring insecurity and terrorists in the country are those some persons in the military. Now, where would CDS Musa bury his shame? Because a group of people are saying we want to exit the country. Because the Igbos are saying they are tired of the contraption called One Nigeria. That this One Nigeria, it will not work. And then it has not been working. It has been a country full of lies, propaganda, and shame. That has always been how it is formed. So I am not surprised that the Finnish government has now come out to say CDS Musa is a terrorist for all the atrocities he has been, for all the atrocities he has committed in disguise of pretending to keep one Nigeria. And that one Nigeria has caused a whole lot of catastrophe in the country. Just some days ago, a notorious bandit that was declared wanted was seen in Katsina State with top government officials going for peace talk. Between Mazi Kanu and that terrorist, who is more deadly? But here we are today. Mazi Kanu is still in detention. Kanu is still in detention because of the Igbophobia, of the hate. If Samonepa happens to be from the Fulani extraction, Samonepa would not be a terrorist. I can beat my chest because we've seen Fulani militias that have been given amnesty. We've seen Fulani militias that have been integrated into the society. Now that Finland have written to the ICC, Nigeria should immediately hand over CDS Musa for custody. Because the French government have done their own findings too. And they've seen that something is pushing under the ground. That this man has a connection with these Fulanis, has a connection with these bandits, has a connection with these terrorists. So if they are sincere, they should hand over CDS Musa to ICC for questioning. Because now that the French government has done their own conclusion, I've seen that CDS Musa himself is not innocent in this. Nigeria cannot pretend as if they are not aware that CDS Musa has been declared wanted by ICC and the Finnish government. No matter how they tend to die the matter, it is in the social media space. Everybody has seen it that CDS Musa has been declared wanted by ICC and the Finnish government. No matter how the Nigerian government want to die this matter, but they are very quick to declare Samonepa and IPOD a terrorist group. Now that the Finnish government and the ICC has declared CDS Musa a terrorist, why is the story not online? Why is the story not flying online? Because they themselves are also part of people championing insecurity and terrorism in the country. And that is why I say that anybody that speaks against the vision of the country, they will do everything possible to take that person off the hook. They will do everything possible for them to take that person off the hook. That is why I see that Mazi Kanu has been in detention. And the Finnish government, they were so gullible to be used by the Nigerian government. They were just too gullible. Because if they were not gullible, Why would a country like Nigeria comes to tell you that Samunepa is the one sponsoring insecurity all the way from Finland, and you sit your ass down in Finland and you believe them? But there are some rumors that the envelope also change hand. You know Nigerian story now. You know Nigerian government, that Nigerian government, anything that Nigerian government cannot do to bribe does not exist. I am very sure that the government have bribed the Finnish court, and that is why I see that Samunepa was wrongfully accused and sentenced. Now that the appeal court is now coming out to reverse all your stuffs. It is now a very clear indication that Samunepa is innocent of all the charges leveled against him, because the Finnish government has come out to indict CDS Musa, saying that CDS Musa is the major financier of insecurity in Nigeria, and it should be tried by ICC, not just local courts. It should be tried by ICC. Enough of all these presents. We know that this one Nigeria, it can never work. No matter how we tend to rub our heads, no matter how we tend to try to patch things up, that one Nigeria cannot work. And that has always been the current state of Nnamdi Kanu, that one Nigeria would not take us anywhere and that it will not work. Today, the truth is not coming out. The truth is not coming out. Now, the list of people, ICC will publish names of people sponsoring banditry and sponsoring insecurity in Nigeria. Their names will be published. And when that is published, let's see how CDS Musa would escape it. Let's see how CDS Musa would escape the wrath. They have used kangaroo judgments to sentence Samunepa. But today, the truth is not coming out. The truth is not out. That everybody knows the reason why insecurity is still thriving in Nigeria. And it's just because of one person that claims he is protecting the masses, rather underground, supporting the fight for terrorism. But the question is, how long can we continue to be deceived? How long can we continue to be deceived by the Fulanis? Don't forget that the CDS is a Fulani man. How long can we continue to be deceived by a Fulani man in our own country? And tomorrow you say that Biafra will not exist. Biafra will exist. No matter how we tend to hold it, Biafra would exit the country. No matter how we tend to keep it, Biafra would exit this country. And I am sure that Mazi Kanu and Mazi Samunepa will come out strong, no matter how they tend to do all this rubbish. They will come out strong. If today is the first time of coming across this channel, please kindly like this video, share it, comment for more political discourse. Thank you.